Chum and I are in a warehouse in Los Angeles that sells sneakers, and they actually have a pair of shoes that Michael Jordan wore in the movie Space Jam. This warehouse is full of rare sneakers, and Chum has already found some other shoes that he says we should consider buying. Now we're waiting for Chum's expert, and hopefully, Chum hasn't put me in a jam on this trip.
All right, here's your guy.
All right, Rick, Yeezy Busta, Rick.
I go by Yeezy Busta because I bust celebrities who wear fake Yeezys. I keep my identity hidden and wear a mask because I don't want to get sued for defamation.
So what do you think?
So first up, we got the Freddy Kruegers, one of the most sought-after dunks ever. Do you mind if I take a closer look at them?
By all means.
All right, so let's see. Here we can tell that the shoes are brand new. There's no heel drag. And I mean, this is definitely an authentic pair, and they look amazing. I love this shoe. So I see you picked out the Encore 4s. This is actually the remake. It's an unofficial retro. The quality is on point. The smell.
What are you smelling for?
The glue that actually puts the shoe together is supposed to smell a certain way. Fake factories put a different type of glue that smells very bad and very strong, so these ones actually smell right. These are definitely authentic.
All right.
So tell me about Yeezys.
So these here are actually one of my favorites. The fact that Kanye actually wore these on tour is just incredible. This was actually supposed to be the fourth colorway of the Yeezy 1, but these shoes were scrapped completely, so there's only like a couple of sample pairs in existence.
All right. And the Paris ones?
When those released, plenty of people didn't really even care for them at the time because they didn't know their true value. So there's plenty of pairs that were just thrown on electricity lines, and nobody really cared about them.
I mean, this shoe kind of is the shoe that, at the time, set skateboarding shoes on the map to be worth something more than just to skate in.
What do you think they're worth?
So for the Freddy Kruegers, I would price them at about $26,000. The Encores, I would price them $32,000. For the Fire Red or Ferrari Red Yeezy sample, it's really hard to put a price on it just because there might only be one in the world. If I had to put a price on it today, I would say $150,000. And now the Paris Dunks, I would price that at around $72,000.
Okay.
Well, what do you think?
I still haven't seen the Space Jam shoes.
Well, we had to warm you up, Rick.
You know, we had a lot of cool sneakers out here, but this is definitely the holy grail.
Okay, let's take a look.
I've actually seen these once before, and it took my breath away.
Oh, I thought a light was going to come up.
Oh, my goodness. Rick, Michael Jordan wore those in one of the most iconic movies ever, Space Jam.
I don't think Space Jam was one of the most iconic movies ever.
It had Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny in the same movie. What's more iconic than that?
So I have the Air Jordans that Michael Jordan wore in the movie Space Jam. After the Michael Jordan Last Dance documentary, there's been so many people contacting me that found out about me owning these sneakers. So I think I'll act like a free agent and see how it all pans out.
Awesome.
Where'd you get them?
I got them from somebody whose relative worked on the set. Apparently MJ handed it to him.
Space Jam came out in 1996, and it was a live-action movie. It had Michael Jordan and some other basketball players in it, along with the Looney Tunes.
Yeah, it grossed a ton of money. It was like over $200 million it grossed. And there's a sequel coming out with LeBron James, right?
Let's just hope he does it justice.
This is more than just a movie prop. It was the first time that this model was unveiled. And this was like one of the most popular Jordans ever made, the Jordan 11.
So what do you think they would go for?
Just the fact that Space Jam is the highest grossing basketball movie of all time, and also The Last Dance did come out, which made all of Michael Jordan's memorabilia just go through the roof. I can see these selling for upwards of $1 million.
Oh.
There you go. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming out. I'll be in LA for a few days. Maybe we can have some dinner.
Sounds good.
All right, I'll give you a
Sounds
call.
good.
Thank
Good
you.
luck, guys.
All right, Rick.
I don't know enough about the sneaker business. It's too much for me.
I mean, you can at least make the guy an offer.
I mean, I'd offer him like 300 grand because I just don't know enough about shoes.
You can't do better than that?
I'm good.
What about some of these other shoes? I don't want you to leave empty-handed, Rick.
I'm really interested in those Paris shoes.
Let me grab them.
Now, those are cool. So would you take like 55,000 for them?
No.
What would you take?
70 grand's a great deal. That's family love price.
60?
65.
Can we meet at 62?
Okay. Cool.
All right, deal. 62 grand.
Okay.
And
All right.
I'm gonna do a little bit more shopping on stuff I can actually wear.
All right.
I don't even know who he is anymore.
I really was hoping that we might come to a deal on the Michael Jordan Space Jam shoes, but time will tell, and we'll see what happens with them.
Hey, how's it going, man?
I've got something that you might want to look at. These are signed Baby Air Jordan shoes and a signed poster.
Chum, got Jordan's over here.
Oh, sweet. Are these the first baby Jordans? Or...
These were the first Baby Jordans.
Oh, wow.
It's funny, you're wearing the same shoes now. Were you wearing Jordans back then, too?
Hell yeah.
I got the items autographed by Michael Jordan after we'd played golf. At the time, I was not thrilled. My wife had just paid $50 for these shoes that were baby shoes. Heck, my shoes aren't worth $50.
That's really cool, man. How'd you get these?
I used to run golf and tennis events and had Michael Jordan as my guest. He could really play.
Did not know that.
Great guy. And my wife bought these, and I said, Michael, you actually make royalties on baby shoes? And he very sheepishly went, yeah, I do. And I said, you're signing these, pal. And he did.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You definitely got one hell of a story with him.
Michael, he's a true gentleman, very knowledgeable about the game and the ethics and conduct on a golf course.
This is one of those guys that, you know, everything he has is going to be collectible. I mean, he was that dynamic of a player. Nike knew when they picked up Michael Jordan, it was going to be a success.
The shoe is just iconic. You know, people my age grew up watching Michael Jordan play basketball in it. People my age grew up playing basketball in these shoes. Now when shoes like this come out, kids line up 2-3 days in advance outside the store to wait for them.
Yeah, and they get $300 or $400 too for them.
I'm the shop's expert on Jordans. I've got about almost 70 pairs in my own collection. But I've never seen autographed baby Jordans. They're kind of awesome.
Well, Chum, you know about shoes. Are the baby Jordans worth anything by themselves?
If these were a size 10 or bigger, we're talking, you know, maybe even $5,000 just on the shoes. But baby Jordans?
I've never seen a pair signed like this.
I would bet that these are the only Baby Air Jordans that are autographed by Michael Jordan.
It's possible. I mean, this is the first pair I've ever seen, and we get the adult ones all the time. Give me an idea of what you're looking to get out of them.
I was hoping to get $8,000.
If these signatures are legit, there's no question I can sell these. But I've got no idea what signed baby Jordans are worth. There's nothing to compare them to. Do you need pictures or documents to back this thing up, or?
Unfortunately, we didn't take a picture of Michael signing the shoes.
You mind if I have somebody come down and check out the signatures for me?
Sounds fair to me.
Let me go give him a call.
Okay?
I'll watch the Jordans for you.
I have no problem calling in a second opinion. I was there. It was done in front of me, so let it happen.
Michael Jordan, huh? That's what you guys call me about?
Yep, we got 3 signatures.
Wow. You guys know how great this guy was. I mean, probably one of the best players in NBA history. All these years leading up until '85, shoes were just plain. They were boring, they were white, and then along comes Michael Jordan. He added a lot of versatility to what Nike could do. Jordan's pretty much the king of all basketball autographs, and he still is to this day. When people collect sports autographs, they want Michael Jordan in their collections. What are your concerns?
Well, the guy's got a great story, but he's got absolutely no proof.
Which should concern you. I mean, the one thing you have to remember about Michael Jordan, one of the most forged autographs in all of sports history. Let's go at it then. These look to be the baby Air Jordan 3s. They came out about 1988, 89. Want to compare the signatures to examples kind of from the same time frame. The one thing I really look for, he has a nice little hitch here on his H. And I see examples here where Michael Jordan really spells out his name, which is so rare for him to do, especially past the 1989 mark. And then again, with the OR transition, same thing Jordan does here. I mean, after comparing everything, after looking at the examples, this is the real deal.
Okay.
Oh, that's great. I feel like I'm vindicated because I didn't get a picture of it when it was happening.
So what's a Michael Jordan autograph going for these days?
Well, see, here's the thing. These are baby Jordans. I'd put the value of this piece right at around $2,000 to $2,200.
Okay.
Wow, that's disappointing, to say the least.
But you have to remember, the collectors really don't go out and look for baby Air Jordans. Collectors look for the full-size shoes.
All right.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
Good luck.
I was very disappointed in the appraisal, but I have to live with that. He knows his business. You wouldn't go 2,000, would you?
No, I wouldn't, man. I mean, the thing you got to realize is Michael Jordan's not dead. He's got probably another 30 years of living left. So that's a lot of signatures out there. Yeah, I'll give you my highest number first. It's going to be like $1,500.
Could you go for 18?
I really couldn't, my man.
15's a pretty good price, man. I mean, it's 3 Michael Jordan signatures, and the shoes ain't worth very much money.
All right, well, 1,500 it is.
All right, deal, man. I'll meet you over there.
Very good. It was really hard to sell something we've had in the family for years. Truthfully, the way I feel right now, I'm ready to go back in there and grab it and kill the deal.
Hey, how can I help you?
I want to sell my 2011 Nike Mags. It's a replica from Back to the Future 2.
Magnetic anti-gravity?
Oh, the Marty McFly Air Mags. I've been dying to see these, man.
Are they really anti-gravity?
I don't know. I've never tried them on yet. Came down to the pawn shop today to try to sell my 2011 Back to the Future 2 replica shoes. I'm looking to get 10 grand out of them, but I'd probably take around, $5,500. These are the hottest ones out on the street right now. They light up.
It's pretty dope.
Nike is huge now, and the company was actually started back in the 1960s by 2 guys selling shoes out of the trunk of their car. These shoes are the kind that were in Back to the Future 2, right?
Oh, yeah. Tinker Hatfield, he made the original ones on the movie, and he reproduced these, 20 years later. They made 1,500 pairs.
These are the shoes Marty McFly wore. They were anti-gravity, so he could fly with these shoes.
The Back to the Future movies were huge. They raked in billions of dollars. So I'm sure there's a collector's market for this kind of stuff, but it's something I don't know a lot about. Shoes are actually Chum's area of expertise. Where did you get these?
Nike had a big auction for the Parkinson's disease.
Okay, so these were all sold at a charity auction.
Right.
How much did you want for them?
I want around 10,000.
Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, but I just don't think they're worth it. That is what they're trying to sell them for, though. I've been collecting shoes for a long time. Right now, I got about 200 pairs in my collection, so I know what I'm talking about just a little bit. I would love to have this shoe in my collection. There's only 1,500 of them.
They're really rare.
But in 6 months, what are they going to be at?
These are going to go up. You're going to have the Back to the Future 2 movie guys. You're going to have the sneakerheads that want these.
Nobody wants this shoe that collects Nikes.
They bought them. They had 80 people bidding on them, so I mean...
That was big companies and rich people, and that wasn't your day-to-day sneakerhead.
This is one of the problems you're going to have with any charity auction. You can't price something based on what it's sold for at a charity auction, because people bid at those auctions to help raise money and get a tax write-off. So they'll pay way over market value just to help out a cause.
Make me an offer.
I'll give you 1,500 bucks on them.
Can't take that. It's way less than I paid for them.
I appreciate seeing them, man. I really wanted to see them.
For sure.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
I don't see the shoe being worth more than 1,000. What, is this shoe worth more than the Jordan 1? I've been trying to convince the guys that I can find them some killer deals. So I found something that could make Rick a whole bunch of money. I just hope he's got an open mind.
Hey, what's up? You guys from the pawn shop?
Yeah, how you doing?
How you doing?
This place is amazing.
World's largest collection of Nikes.
It looks like a temple to me. So give me a minute while I meditate.
Every shoe in this collection is brand new, and each shoe represents a pivotal Nike innovation. This collection's my pride and joy, but I'm looking to sell it because it's time to move on. I'm gonna ask for $1 million for my collection, but I'd be willing to take $800,000.
So what all do you have here?
Well, it's the world's largest collection of Nikes. It's broken down into categories like running, basketball, different themes, and all the shoes are on display with toys and props that bring them to life.
Really interesting. Do you sell these?
I'm gonna sell them all at once.
Okay. Can you show us around?
Oh, I'd love to. You've got 40 years of Nike running, all in chronological order. Where Nike running ends, Nike basketball begins. So you got 5 aisles of basketball.
There's just so many damn shoes.
You'll never find another collection like this anywhere.
I can appreciate a few good pairs of shoes, but this is insane. What are those?
Up top, we've got 3 dozen Oregon waffles. The waffle sole was created by the founder of Nike, who started pouring rubber and synthetic materials into a waffle iron to try to get soles that would grip the ground better. This shoe's an Oregon waffle from 1973, and it's in University of Oregon colors, which is where Nike got its start.
So how much is a pair like this worth?
$1,700.
Holy. Nike was started by Phil Knight and Bill Bowerman selling shoes out of the trunk of their car at track meets. They quickly became one of the most popular brands on the planet, and many of their product lines would sell out in minutes. That's why they're so collectible today. What are those sneakers?
The shoes behind me are inspired by cartoons, comics, superheroes like Superman, Spider-Man, the Incredible Hulk.
Okay. I like Grouch.
Oscar the Grouch.
Just because you are a grouch.
You must like Cookie Monster then.
I don't know. What is that?
That's the dunk corner.
Holy sneakers. Bam, there it was. The holy grail. This thing was freaking amazing.
So what's so special about these, Chum?
I mean, you got the What the Dunks, you got the Supreme collection, you got the Huffs, you got the Diamond Tiffany Blues. Everything's here. Can't believe it.
So what exactly is a dunk?
In 1986, Nike made the Dunk. It was a basketball shoe. But since then, the Dunk has become an iconic skateboarding shoe. And behind me are about 50 pairs of the rarest Nike skateboarding shoes that have ever come out.
Okay. What's your most expensive pair of Dunks here?
This pair right here is worth about $5,000.
Whoa. So what do you want to do with all these shoes?
I want to sell them.
How much do you want?
$1 million.
$1 million for shoes. You got to be kidding me.
I know for you, it's just 2 things on the bottom of your feet. But for other people, this is a whole world.
You really believe these shoes could be worth $1 million?
Yeah, I'd say we got close to, you know, 15,000 just on this top row.
I think Chum set up a real possible deal here. I know enough to know that people will pay insane money for some Nikes, but I need to take a step back and work the math. $1 million comes out to $500 per pair of shoes. I'm thinking if I can get this guy closer to $200 a pair, it might be a deal, but I have to keep my labor cost in mind. I mean, what's your rock bottom price on them?
I want $1 million.
What I'm looking at here is something that's going to take me 2 years to sell a ball. I'm going to have someone working for me for 2 years that I got to pay a salary to sell all this stuff. I mean, I'll give you 300 grand for it.
No way.
I mean, it's cash, you walk away, you don't have to deal with nothing.
No way, not even close. I'll come down to 9.
Rick, don't let the deal of a lifetime slip out of your hands. Rick is a tough negotiator, but I can't let him pass this one up. This is a gold mine for him, and not to mention a pretty big payday for me.
How long did it take you to buy them all?
13 years. You'll never see another collection like this in the world.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I'll go $500,000. I won't go anymore because literally it's going to cost me at least $100,000 just to sell it all.
$500,000 is $250 a shoe. I've got shoes in here that were $5 grand. I'll come down to 8. That's my rock bottom price.
I'll tell you what, I'll go $550.
I can't do it. It's just too low.
It was nice meeting you, man.
Rick.
It's nice meeting you, too.
Rick!
I really appreciate you letting me see everything, but come on, Chum, we gotta go. It's not gonna happen.
You want to sell anything individually?
Thanks for coming by. Nah.
Thanks for showing me.
Come on, Chum.
You're really, really missing out. Rick, you know what? I still think it's worth a chance. Really sucks we didn't make that deal. Rick would have made some serious money, and I would have got my 2%. And having those shoes in the shop would be unbelievable.